The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
This is Mike Tyson. You listen to the XY show, and I think you'll enjoy it. It's going to be ecstatic.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the X and Y show. And I'm your host, Roosevelt. Had another bad experience in a Chinese restaurant. I think I'm going to just stay out of them for a little while because I'm going to end up putting my foot in their asses, and I don't want to go to jail before Christmas. But, you know, I go in. I don't know what is the fucking deal. You know, you go in a lot of Chinese restaurants today and you order the honey chicken. They put the fucking honey to the side. And I don't like that shit. I don't like, if it's honey fucking chicken, then I want the goddamn I want my honey cooked on the chicken. I don't want the shit to the side. It's not the same. Not to me. So, you know, I'm in this Chinese restaurant and I go in there and I tell, you know, the dude, taking the order. And you can get a gauge on motherfuckers' attitudes. And I say, excuse me, I took my order, blah, blah. So I ordered the honey chicken. I think honey chicken I ordered, and I think 2 egg rolls. And, and they always give you a bucket full of rice and shit. So, you know, I told him, you know, before he gave the order to the guy, I say, look, I want my honey chicken cooked with the honey. And, you know, you can tell motherfuckers got a little attitude, you know, and the cook said, what? You know, like, what the fuck are you mean, what? He's going, what? And then the guy that was writing the ticket, he said he started talking in Chinese. And, you know, I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. But then, you know, when he was talking, you know, you can kind of tell when somebody talking about you. You know, all I heard was and and the cook looked at me like, oh. So I don't know. He's, you know, this old silly motherfucker want the chicken cooked with the honey. You know, put your dick in it or something. I don't know. Who knows what he told him? But I didn't like the way it sounded. So I fucking walked out. You know, it was before I paid him. And, you know, I walked out there and then he gonna tell, oh, excuse me, it's all. Fuck you, motherfucker. I mean, catching a case around here. All I want is my fucking honey cooked with the chicken. Is that too much to ask? Damn. Hate that shit, man. I'm gonna stay my ass out of them for a while. I'm gonna, fucking somebody up. It's Christmas. I'm trying to stay in a happy mood. I just bought me some eggnog tonight. And I'm not drinking, but I'm going to just chill and watch some Rudolph and some old time, all my Christmas cartoons that I used to watch that they don't show anymore. And I'm going to catch a lot of them on YouTube. I'm just chilling tonight. So motherfuckers trying to get me out of the spirit and having fucking him up. And then I'm going, it's not worth it. Over honey chicken. Anyway. The questions. First one is from Ruth. Ruth says, what is your sign and what is your favorite color? Ruth, my sign is Scorpio. It's been known that Scorpios can fuck. So, and it's true. I got some for you, Ruth. Favorite color is purple. I don't know why. I just like purple. So that's the answer to your questions. I'm Scorpio and my favorite color is purple. Next letter is from Josh. Josh says you should have your own YouTube channel. My cousin tell me that all the time. Perhaps in the future. That's just not my thing, I rather talk audio, I don't know. YouTube, that's a different world, like radio and television. Don't get me wrong. If Comedy Central, someone say, hey, Roosevelt, we're able to give you your own show late at night. Would you be interested? No, yeah. Fuck yeah. Shit. That's different. But, my own YouTube channel, it's just that I don't know. I don't know. I think to do it right, you would have to have a spot where, you can really do it right, like have guests. And I don't know. It's just something I never really thought about. But appreciate it, Josh. Appreciate it. Maybe one day you might see me on YouTube. I don't know. Next one is from Amy. Amy says, do you date out of your race? Well, Amy, we're all human race. We're all human, Amy. My God. But I know what Amy means. Amy really is trying to see if I date white girls or Hispanic girls and Chinese girls and Indian girls and all of that. And the answer is yes. I've always been a multi-racial lover. I like all women. I don't discriminate. I was going to say preferably, but if you listen to my last episode, I just said that we shouldn't have all these preferences and requirements. But, I also said I'm bendable. I can, I like big titties, but, it don't have to be big titties. But no, what I was going to say, I find myself, I always liked older women. And it's not because I need a mother figure, need someone to take care of me and all that shit. Women always go to the extreme. Oh, he just want a mom. He just a mama's boy. No, that's not the reason. Older women tend to love better than young women. I don't know. That's the simplest way I can explain it. Younger women don't know how to love. And I'm not talking about fucking. I'm talking about that too, but I'm talking about everything, all around, treating your man with respect and making him king and knowing her place. being in knowing her role and, that all of that, and the other extras like knowing how to cook, knowing how to fuck better, that kind of thing. In essence, I'm just saying they're better women, older women, they've learned how to be a woman. So I don't know. I just love older women. I always did. When I was a kid, I was 14. I was liking 20-year-olds. When I was in my 20s, I was liking 30s. 35. So I always liked the old women. I don't know, but anyway, I don't know how I got on that shit. But yeah, Amy, yes, I do date out of. She doesn't have to be black. She can be white. She can be Asian, Hispanic, whatever. As long as she's a good woman. And as long as she has big titties. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, my goodness. But it is a preference, big titties. And hairy pussies, that's a preference. But I am, bendable. All right, let's get on this week's episode. This week's episode, not everyone's season is jolly. Not everyone's season is jolly. And what I mean by that is, you talk to a lot of people at work. And we all have them, right? Where everyone else is happy that the Christmas season, for me, everywhere I've worked, people, there have been some people that, don't want to be around me during the holidays, especially Christmas. Because, you know how I am about Christmas. Really the birth months, but Christmas is like the apex. I like Christmas. I like that time of the year. I like when it gets cold. Well, I did like when it get cold, before I moved back to Florida. But I just like this season, the Rudolph and the cartoons that's on TV and seeing people out shopping and the Christmas lights in the malls and the Christmas lights on the houses, the Christmas decorations in Home Depot and inside the malls that you go and seeing the Rudolph antlers on cars and hearing the Christmas music. I like all of that. And don't get me wrong, I know the true meaning of Christmas, right? It was when Christ was born in Bethlehem, right? And that's what we were celebrating, the birth of Jesus Christ. I know that. So I do know the true meaning. My mom used to always get me like that as a boy. Don't forget. It ain't no. She used to play around with Santa Claus and stuff, but she used to always remind me what the true meaning of Christmas was. So I know that. But I like the commercial side of it as well. I like the Santa Claus. I like the Rudolph. I like the Frosties. I like sitting in Starbucks in front of a fireplace when it's cold outside, and trying to get some ass. It brings me back a lot of memories when I was living in Atlanta. There was this Starbucks, and they had a fireplace. I don't know how they closed that one, because I went back like years later, right, to see if it was still there, and I was disappointed because it was cold, and that was one of my spots. I said, I'm going to bring on some old times. I'm going to go in there and sit down, give me a cup of coffee, and wait on some ass to come in. And I went, and the place closed. It was, I forget what kind of store it was. What kind of store it was? It was weird. It was, damn, I cannot remember what kind of store it was. But it was totally different. I was just going in, and the guy was looking at me, may I help you? And I told him I was just looking around. This used to be a Starbucks. He said, yeah, I know. I used to work down the street. I used to come here all the time, and there's the fireplace. And I said, yeah, you remember all that shit? He said, yeah, bro, this was the spot. I said, man, what happened? He said, man, He said, you tell me. I mean, we used to come, and then one day we came and the door was locked. So I was like, damn. It was unique because I never saw Starbucks with a fire. I'm sure they have them in New York and Boston. You know, probably all of them have fireplaces up there. But in Atlanta, it was just that one that I knew about. But, man, you just sitting there and, you know, how did I get on this shit? But I like being festive. I like the holiday season. I like how people feel and it makes them more happy and makes them more jolly, right? And I like that. I like being around people and telling people, don't forget to watch Charlie Brown and shit, you know. Some people at work, look at what's wrong with this motherfucker. you know, but we all got a little kid in us, right? What's wrong with watching Charlie Brown? What's wrong with watching Rudolph? What's wrong with talking about the holidays and being happy and being jolly and spending time with family, right? That's what most of us think. What's wrong with being happy during this time of year? Well, you know, a lot of people are not happy during this time of year. You know, there's some people that absolutely hate this time of year, hate Christmas, hate everything about its meaning, whether it's the religious meaning or the commercial. They hate everything. And I work with a woman now, actually, who hate Christmas. And it's funny, she don't come by my office as much now because, you know, I'm always blasting, not blasting, but I'm always playing Christmas music, you know, because I have a Sirius Radio on the app, and I'm always, you know, I always got it on now since probably after Thanksgiving. So she, you know, she don't come by my office unless she absolutely have to. And you know, because, you know, I realize that she doesn't like Christmas. I realize that she don't like the holidays, but, you know, I don't give a fuck. Don't come around me with that shit. But, you know, I am empathetic, right? Because, you know, I'm not going to allow those people who don't like the holidays to make mine bad or make me feel guilty for enjoying them. But I've learned over the years that you have to be empathetic with certain people because this really is a bad time of year for them. It's not always jolly for everyone. And in particular, that lady that I was talking about that she don't visit my office as much because, you know, I'm always playing the Christmas music. I got Christmas decorations on my desk. I got a Christmas tree on my desk. And I got a wreath a mistletoe over the door, you know. But, you know, I found out she don't like Christmas because her father died on Christmas Eve. Her brother got killed on Christmas one year. And she had a sister that died the day after Christmas. So I'm like, damn. So I was like, damn, if that happened to me, how would I feel about Christmas? You know, I mean, and I probably always liked Christmas, but would I be so happy? Would I be so jolly around this time of the year if I had so much anguish, you know, so much sadness that happened around this time? And I had to think about that. But I thought about this years ago, you know, before I found out about her, that's just the way it is. You know, everyone is not happy about Christmas. Everyone is not thrilled that Rudolph is coming on TV tonight. Well, everyone is not thrilled that Frosty the Snowman is coming on TV tonight. Everyone is not thrilled about seeing Christmas lights in the mall and Christmas trees in the public square and everyone is not thrilled about hearing Christmas music all fucking day. Everyone is not jolly. And that's fine. That's cool. You know, everyone's different. Everyone has their reasons. Everyone has, different experiences in life, and that was in the past and current. There's just some people who are miserable, right? And some people who just, no matter what happens, they will always be miserable. And that's cool. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I see people who, in the past that wasn't not happy that it was the holidays. You say, hey man, why don't you come with us? Christmas party. Fuck that. I ain't gonna. And sometimes I was able to talk some into going, and they actually went and had a good time. And they thanked me. Hey man, appreciate you getting me out, man. I haven't felt that way in years. And then you have some that, I knew I shouldn't have went to that shit. So it's like a gamble, right? But my point is, that's cool. Everyone is not going to be jolly. Everyone is not going to be like you, happy like you. Everyone is not going to be thrilled to see the Christmas lights and Christmas cartoons and buying gifts and being festive and eggnog and sitting in front of fireplaces and hearing Christmas music. Everybody's not going to like that shit. And I say again, that's cool. You as a person has to just realize that everyone can't be like you. It took me a long time to realize that. I realized that, I guess, about 10 years ago, when I finally said to myself, you know what? Everyone is not happy during this time of year. I used to think, okay, well, it's September, everyone's starting to get happy. The holidays are coming. At least that's what I wanted to believe. That everyone is happy now. Everything's going to be okay now. Christmas is coming. Everyone's happy. But that simply is not the case, is it? I know a lot of you are saying, I know certain people, people that are not happy during this time of year. Some of you are some of those people that are not happy. Some of you know someone, some of you have friends, some of you have family members, that are not as happy. My mother, I'll give you a good example. Now, my mom she doesn't hate Christmas. She loves Christmas, but my mom used to be very much into the decorations. Every Christmas she used to decorate the door, and the Christmas tree used to be like, really festive. She's always do something different with the Christmas tree and just have different Christmas stuff around the house. Tinsel, just different decorations and stuff around the house. She used to like going shopping and the gifts, wrapping them, and just everything. She liked the commercial side as well. But I've noticed that since my dad passed, she's not the same. I used to go over there and put up the lights. The last time I did it was last year. I didn't do it this year because of what I'm telling you now. I would put up all that shit, lights on the trees, and that shit take me all day, pretty much, because it's a lot of shit. And all the trees, and then the inside we had this like a winter wonderland village. I used to buy a building every year, so now I think it's like I stopped at like 8 buildings, and I have the snow and the people. It was real cool. And I have different stuff as well, the reindeer with the snow, and I got all kind of shit. So I set up the outside and the inside, and with timers and all of that. You know how it is, right? So, I used to set that shit up, and then I would go back home, and I would call my nephew, and I was like, hey, man, how does the lights looking? And he would say, well, Granny unplugged them. She did what? I put that shit on, put all that shit up. She unplugged it. So I was saying, let me talk to her. Hey, Mom, you put out the lights? What's wrong? Yeah, I just think it's too early. It's too early. Okay, what you gonna say? If you don't want them on, what you gonna say? So, I noticed that change in my mom. She's not as festive ever since my dad passed. It's like, and he didn't pass around Christmas, but I guess, since he's not there anymore, they always was together during that time. And then, since he's not there no more, she's different. So, that has helped me realize as well, people, life experiences change people and the way they feel about the holidays. So a lot of times, people, once upon a time, they were happy around this time of year, but maybe something happened and they're just not happy anymore. Maybe it's jealousy. They see other people who still have their families, still have their husbands, still have their wives, still have their kids around. Their kids have moved away and their spouses have passed on and they're alone. So, they're not happy. They don't like this time of year because they know everyone else is happy and they're miserable and alone. And, or some might be lonely and just loners and just don't have friends. So this is a miserable time of the year for them. And it's different reasons for everyone. It's not the same for maybe someone lost their job. It's all kind of shit, but people could be unhappy. Or maybe it's just plain they never liked it as a kid growing up. It's different reasons for everybody. But the same thing goes back to the same point. Everyone is not jolly during the season. So you have to respect that, right? You have to realize that everyone is not as happy, or just because you're happy during the holidays don't mean everyone has to feel like you do. And that's cool. I've learned to live with that a long time ago. If you're not happy during this time of year, I understand it. I respect it. Stay the fuck away from me, but I respect it. And that's what we all should do. Don't ram the holidays down someone's throat. If they don't like to watch Rudolph, don't force them. No, you're not going to watch Rudolph? And I don't do that. I don't do that. I tell people, hey, Rudolph coming on. That's all I say. I don't say, he ain't see. But I don't ram it down their throat. I play my Christmas music, but I don't blast it all over the office. It's in my office. Now, if you're in my office, then that's you in my office. Shit. But I don't blast it where you can hear it all outside and shit. Well, first of all, it's an office. It's a professional setting. But, I realized that everyone just don't want to hear that, right? Everyone don't want to hear Jingle Bell. Everyone don't want to hear Hark the Angels. Everyone don't want to hear Joy to the World. Everyone is not jolly. So just remember that the next time that you're around people in a setting and you see that person in the corner who's looking like they are miserable, just respect it. Just realize that, they're not a bad person, but you never know what happened in their lives. You never know what they're going through. You never know what they've been through. They don't have to be happy like you. Remember that. Everyone does not have to be jolly. Anyway, hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. I will definitely see you next week. We'll be closer to Christmas, watching Rudolph, drinking eggnog, sitting in front of a fireplace. And I will definitely be happy. I won't be sitting in front of a fireplace, but I'll be happy. Because I love this time of year. But I will respect the ones and have empathy for them who do not. Be sure to check out the X&Y Show and all the old episodes. You can find them at my website, which is www.thexyshow.com. You can find everything there, my social media, my store, and everything that you want to see about the show is there as well. You can leave me a message like a lot of you do. And be sure to take me a picture, and I will definitely post it on my Instagram page. With that being said, I will see you next week, and I want you all to remember that you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.